Hey Leos, happy spring. This is sun energy for you with Aries now and the fire element. You guys should be feeling pretty good also. So let's take a look at your month ahead. I do a zodiac spread, which gives you a general idea of influences in different areas of your life. And so hopefully you'll get some information from the reading. And if you like this video, you can always subscribe or press the like button. That's appreciated. Okay, for the sign of Leo, what's happening for the month of April? In your first house, you have the Fool card, and this means that people are going to see you with a very youthful vibe for the month of April. And I think you come alive like the Aries and the Sagittarians because of the fire element. It makes a trine to the fire signs. And so, you're feeling like a little bit youthful, a little bit experimental, maybe a little bit impetuous. You see life as a journey, and you may want to take some risks this month or get involved in activities that seem fresh or new to you, exciting. And so the world is seeing you as somewhat of a young energy. This is not like totally, mature energy. Even if you're older, it means that you're going to have a youthful vibe to you, and people are going to see you somewhat childlike in the month of April. Okay, in your second house of money, you have a good card. It may mean that you're spending a lot of money because this is a card of luxury. And so for some of you, the moon in Taurus, happens, and occasionally, you want to, treat yourself nicely. Just make sure that you don't overextend. This is the card where you want to make your home look nice, your appearance look nice. You want to nurture other people. And there's a sense of opulence with this card. So for me, Leo, I think money to you is really about enjoying life and enjoying the fine things in life and sharing it with others. And so this month, you're going to not feel too much stress, I think, with your money. I think you're going to feel, comfortable. This is the Earth Mother card, so it's a very grounded energy. I don't think you're going to be making any impetuous moves with your money. I think you're just going to enjoy, what you've accrued and what you've earned. Now, in your neighborhood, this card is another major arcana, and it comes after the Fool, and this is the Magician. And so this can represent, your environment, people in your environment. It can represent siblings, cousins, neighbors, and if you're involved in internet activities, because Gemini rules the third house, communications in every form, fall in this house. So some of you, may be wanting to manifest something online, to begin communicating in a new way. And this is the card where you have the tools to do it. If this is not you, manifesting what you want, in your environment, or with online activities or neighbors or family members, then, it just means that someone around you is very competent and very skilled, and you're working maybe closely with them, or they're in your environment. Sometimes, this can be a consultant, it can be, for taxes, it can be a handyman, someone that's very competent and skilled seems to be, around you in some way. So they have, a lot of manifestation energy, and they get things done. Okay, in your home, you have the Ten of Pentacles. So a lot of you see your home as your investment. You see your home as, generational, something you're going to pass on to your children. You might be fixing up your home to turn it into like a little palace. But this is the card of long-term wealth and stability. And so a lot of you, if you don't own your home, you may be thinking of purchasing the home you're in or purchasing another home. As I said, this is, usually about, generational family wealth, and it's in your home. So many of you see your house or your home as a investment or something that will be passed down through generations. Okay, in your new relationship house, the fifth house represents your children or a new relationship, and it can be pets too in this day and age. So you have a good partnership with someone, either, your pet or your child is on the same page with you, or your new love. When I talk about new love, I really think it's like someone you met within the last 3 years. But you're on the same page with someone, you share a similar vision about what you want out of life. There's mental stimulation. If it's a romantic relationship, there's a good sexual connection with this person. It has some passion and energy because of the wands. But in any case, whatever the partnership is, you'll be enjoying your children or your pets this spring. And if it's a new love in your life, you'll be in a very compatible frame in the month of April. It will feel non-stress, it will feel comfortable, but it will also be stimulating and balanced. In your house of your health and work, this is the sixth house, so it covers both areas. If it's regarding work, this shows a young person. That's usually a water sign, but not always. Water signs are Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. But this young person is appearing. The attributes of this card are sensitivity, creativity, imagination, it's like emotional awareness. So some of you may in fact be working with a younger person at work who has a lot of imagination and is quite sensitive. For others of you, you may be working in a creative field where you keep taking on, new projects, and you feel a little bit like a novice, or you feel young every time you start up, a new project. For others of you, if this is regarding your health, I think this is saying that you would be looking for ways to feel or look younger, because this card represents a youth. But regarding health, it would be youth. You might also be exploring how your emotions affect your health, and some of you might be doing some therapy or getting some coaching from someone about how your emotions affect your health. Now, in your partnership house, this is the seventh house. You're the second sign that got this card in this house. I believe it was Cancer or Gemini who also had this card in the partnership house. One of your partners is going through an ending or a crisis. This is the card where it really doesn't get much worse. So a partner can be a colleague, a relative, family member. It can be a mate. It can be a business associate. It can be a landlord, a tenant, whoever you consider to be one of your partners. This person has reached like kind of the end of the line. They've gone through something extremely difficult. They did not feel they had emotional support. They felt that people even worked against them or might have stabbed them in the back. And it was more than one individual around this situation. So it was profoundly sad or profoundly disturbing to them. And so one of your partners is going to need some of your attention this month. I don't think this is you. I just think there's a huge ending and a sense of defeat with someone in your life that's a partner. And hopefully, all of your youthful energy, that you're bringing this month with the sun in Aries will cheer this person up or, help them to move forward. Okay, your eighth house represents inheritances, legacies. It can also represent your intimate or romantic, your bedroom life. So let's start with money because it is a pentacle card. Some of you are, in fact, a person that had an inheritance or is still enjoying the fruits of the inheritance. Some of you identify very strongly with being, an heir or an heiress to an estate. But if this is, in your bedroom, it signifies that you're down to earth this month. You're very grounded. You like the pleasures of life. You want your needs met. You take care of yourself. You're nice looking. You're appealing. You make sure that your surroundings, look opulent. And that's even further magnified because of the Ten of Pentacles in your home right now. But, some of you, may be wanting to inherit money, or if it's shared resources, you may be wanting actually someone's inheritance, or it's a card that indicates usually a female energy, but in the general readings, it could be male or female. But there is a sense of wealth and comfortableness and groundedness with this card. Okay, now you get in your ninth house, it's called the Wish card. So for many of you, if the ninth house represents publishing, travel, lawsuits, and higher education. So for many of you, you're wanting to get your wish. So some of you want to take a trip, and you'll probably be able to. Some of you want to go back to school, get higher education. You'll probably get your wish. You'll probably be accepted. And if you want to publish, the same thing. You probably get your wish. You'll end up publishing, whether that's online with your own publishing on Amazon or, a publishing house. And then if some of you are wishing to start a lawsuit, you'll probably be able to initiate it or get your wish if that's the wish that you want. Okay, in your career house, you have the card of disappointment. And so in your career right now, Leos, you're not feeling excited. You don't have a flame under your ass. This is a card where you feel a sense of letdown. You were expecting more out of the situation than you've gotten. And that's on an emotional level. I don't see it as ego or money. I just feel that this card is a card where you probably are going to need to make some changes because it's a number 5. It's the 5 of Cups. And, it may be hard to accept that something or some field you worked in or some company or some partner really isn't going to be able to deliver the goods to you or deliver what you want. For those of you in sales, I would say, you may have been disappointed in March, with your numbers. Many of you may be looking at your profit margin and not liking it. It may not just be the vocation or the profession. It may be that you had higher expectations than what actually manifested. So just, try to, sail through the month of April. You, like I said, have a lot of youthful, good energy right now. And there seems to be, for some of you, a young person in your workhouse who maybe will make the situation more fun. But it's a cup also, so hopefully the young person doesn't make you feel sad or disappointed. Okay, in your friendship house, you have the Wheel of Fortune. So, you may see friends as opportunities, because this is the card of creative evolution. You may be wanting to meet friends that you can network with that are in some way going to benefit you. This is the card where it is positive growth, but I think you Leos want to be around people that are on the move and that are moving up. That's what this card says. If you have one friend that just got a great opportunity, that would also fall into the 11th house of friendship. But it also represents your hopes and dreams. The 11th house covers both. So I think some of you are waiting for lady luck or opportunity to knock on your door and have, your life change. But, it's kind of interesting because you have some very good cards showing, healthiness of money. You have, like three of the really good cards for money in your reading. So, I think maybe, you should look at friends also as people, that can emotionally support you, not just, be networking or useful to you for greater opportunities for success in your life. But it is saying that you will not be making friends with losers. I just have to say that because it's true. You want to be around people that, are making it or made it, or are going to offer you opportunities to succeed in life with your ambitions. And then your 12th house is the house of the things that are kind of hidden from you, things you don't always see. We call it the blind spot. Sometimes we call it self-sabotage, the house where you can even have hidden enemies. But it's usually something you haven't mastered yet. And for the month of April, this is a card about blessings and unselfish aid and spirituality and help. So you Leos are going to have to decide, what this means for each one of you. You may be a person that has helped a lot of people in the past, and now you feel it's a burden because this house can be your prison or your burden. So you may feel that you always have to be there for people and understand them and give them help and give them aid. Some of you may have a problem or have had a problem in your past, receiving blessings and receiving help because this is the card of inspiration. And so, I can't again tell you how this is going to play out for you in the month of April, but it is a very positive card. And so I think you should just, count your blessings because you do look like you have some nice financial cards here. And, if you've helped people in the past, just become discerning, if certain individuals appreciate or deserve your help. And then don't be afraid also sometimes to call in, a favor or ask for help or ask the divine even for guidance or for help or inspiration. Some of you, this could be a writer's block, or if you're in the arts, it could be that you're lacking, the inspiration and you're going through a dry spell. But I think also because in your partnership house, you have this very heavy card of someone going through a loss and a great, ending or a crisis. This card, immediately is the answer to that. It's help and it's aid. And so, you may sometimes feel that you're on call, 24/7, like a doctor, and you're thinking about that, this month, about your own needs and your own self-care and how much you can actually afford to be there for others. So, Leos, that is your reading for the month of April. I hope you have a great month, and I'll see you back here next month with your general forecast. Take care.